everybody, and welcome back to my channel once again. So today's video is going to be my hair journey video, including some pictures and some tips for every stage. So as you can see, I pulled the natural hair out for y'all today, and I'm wearing one of my favorite hairstyles right now. But let's just get right into the video. If y'all hear a dog in the background snoring, I apologize. So let's get started. So, you know, there's always that joke that black girls always trying to say that
my hair was long when I was younger.
But this ain't a joke. This is for real. And here's the proof here or over here. But yeah, so from when I was small, my hair was pretty long. I mean, I don't think it was like super long, but I had some hair, you know. And my mom was doing it at the time. She was the hair master, and I would like to thank her because she was keeping my hair in braids pretty much all the time. And of course, at the time, I hated it. You know, I wanted to be able to do something else with my hair because, you know, you go to school and all the little white girls got their hair out, so like, why can't I wear my hair out, you know? But her braiding it all the time and keeping me from messing with it really did help my hair to flourish and grow. And I think I might have worn it out and in a straight style maybe 2 times. One for a pageant, but I wore it curly, and another time for my like 5th grade graduation and I had it straightened. And of course, you know, I'm feeling the heck out of myself because I have my long straight hair, you know. So when it comes to the beginning of middle school, I decided that I wanted to start doing my own hair, obviously because I was tired of wearing these little ass girl braids. But I probably should have not done that because when middle school came around, I was literally straightening my hair every week, mostly because of outside pressures. You know, people would always ask me, when am I going to straighten my hair again, how much I look so much better with my hair straight. You know, I used to get made fun of because at the time not a lot of girls were wearing their hair natural. It was either perms or braids, or you know, you just white and your hair is not curly. So you know, I used to get called things like Afrojack. Some of the other black girls would ask me, why is my hair like that? Yeah, you know who you are. But now they're all natural, right? And got shortcuts, right? So petty. Yeah, I have notes here because I just want to make sure I stay on track and I don't leave anything out for you guys. So yeah, I was pretty much straightening my hair every week. And my mom let me just because I felt like she was like, you know, I'm gonna let you figure it out. But she did warn me. She's like, you're
Frying your hair.
and I should have listened because I was. So when it got to middle school, my hair kind of broke off a little bit. And when I did wear it curly, I was just wetting it and not putting like good moisturizing products on it. It would be like black gel or something. And if you know black gel, that is not good for your hair. It's good to slick some shit down, but it is not for moisturizing your hair. So those were the products that I basically used around that time. But some tips for if you're in a stage like that: obviously cut out the heat. You do not want to use heat, and if you're trying to help your hair recover, you need to not mess with it. So you want to do protective styling a lot. You want to deep condition on the regular, shampoo less, because obviously if your hair is curly, you don't need to shampoo every 5 seconds because your hair is not that oily, and if it is, these are oils that your curls need to flourish and look beautiful. So that's just a little tip if you're trying to recover from heat damage. It's gonna take time to revert, obviously, but if you stick with it, it will get better. Okay. And obviously at this time too, in middle school, a lot of people are experimenting with their look. So I decided to cut myself some bangs, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cute. If I can find a picture of those as well, I will put that. I had cut myself some straight bangs. When those started to grow out, I just let them be side bangs. I had a real thing for side bangs because I used to like to look like Megan Good, and you know, around that time, side bangs with a little soup, that was the way to go. Oh, moving on, when I get to high school, around my hair started to get a lot healthier because I had started practicing more natural hair remedies, not remedies, but practices that are, you know, good for natural curly hair. And she was growing. I would have to wake up super early for high school, so I really didn't have time to sit there and do like twist outs every 5 seconds. So, or if I did do a twist out, it didn't come out right. So I was wearing my hair in buns a lot during this time. Buns, pineapple ponytails, all of that. Of course, obviously, I was still getting made fun of about my hair, but you know, it is what it is. Those same people, they all on my dick, so who cares? But I probably shouldn't be so vulgar in my videos, to be honest, but that's the way I talk, you know? That's the way I am. And at this time, I still would straighten it sometimes, but I barely wore it straight. I think maybe throughout my high school career, I probably wore it straight 5 to 6 times, and that's over a period of 4 years. So I did a lot better with not applying heat and trying different ways of styling. Like I said before, I was doing twist outs, buns most of the time when it was school time, but you know, weekends, twist outs, wash and goes, you know, just trying everything, because this is a time as well when the natural hair movement really started to boom, and there was a plethora of videos on the internet of how to style your hair and how to, you know, get it to look how you want it to look. So when it got to my senior year of high school, I decided that I wanted to dye my hair. And up until that point, I had never put any chemicals in my hair or dyed it per my mom's request. It may have been a request, it was an order. And obviously I didn't have money, but I got a job and I decided that I wanted to dye my hair, which was a horror story in the beginning, because I had showed the lady a picture of what I wanted. I went to the Dominicans because, you know, if you know anything, Dominican ladies, will have your hair right, because a lot of them have kinky afro hair. Okay, so yeah, like a lot of them have afro kinky hair, so they know how to deal with it the best way. So yes, I went to them, and I don't know if it's because the language barrier, I wasn't, you know, speaking clear Spanglish. But the lady, I wanted like a ombre. Well, I'll show you guys what I had. This is what I told her I wanted, and she did not get the brown color in there at first, so my hair, I was looking like a skunk. She just had like really chunky blonde streaks, and the rest of my hair was black. And she was like, it's pretty, it's bonita. No, it's not bonita, okay? But yeah, and then some other lady in the salon came and fixed it for me, so shout out to her, because I was about to cry. I had my daddy on the phone. I was like, Daddy, we about to sue these people because I'm not going to school like this. So yeah, that was that. And of course, if you don't know, dyeing your hair will damage your hair no matter what, but obviously you need to do some, what's the word I'm looking for, some type of backup to counter it a little bit more than, you know, you would if you weren't doing anything extra to nourish and help your hair. So when I first got it done, of course my hair was a little dry, because it wasn't even just regular dye, it was bleach and dye. And it was a little dry at first, but I just continued to deep condition on the regular. Honestly, if you want tips for your hair to flourish, your natural hair, deep conditioning is the key. And it might differ from hair type to hair type, and I am no way a professional on natural hair, so don't quote me, but natural hair and curly hair, it just needs intense amounts of moisture, and that will aid it in its growth, that will aid it in it looking shiny and healthy, it will aid it in just bouncing back even if you do get some type of heat damage, because heat damage is not hard to get. It will help a lot. So again, I did remedy the dryness with, you know, deep conditioning, which consists of, for me, consists of putting on some conditioner, some cheap little conditioner. It doesn't have to be nothing no special. And I would put olive oil at the time and wear a shower cap and just sit around and let it sit for the whole day. And that also really made me see a change in my hair. I also started taking some hair vitamins, not necessarily for growth, but they were like hair and nail vitamins. B12 is just good to have. I was drinking a lot of water and exercising, which is also very important for the overall health of your body. But clearly your hair is connected to your head. Your head is a part of your body. So if you take care of your body, you take care of your hair. And at this time too, I was also a firm believer in, not necessarily a firm believer, but I just wasn't all into doing all the extra shit that people do for their natural hair. If you want to do that, be my guest. But you know, some people don't have the time or energy, and really it's not necessary, you know. And people complain about not wanting to have natural hair because of how much work it is, but it's only going to be as much work as you make it, you know. So that was after I dyed it. And then I decided late into the senior year that I wanted to cut my hair off. Now, I'd always thought about cutting off my hair because of the fact that just having a lot of hair is a lot of work. Even though I just said it doesn't have to be a lot of work, but in itself it's going to be a little bit more work than if you just have straight hair, you know. But yeah, I decided that I wanted to cut it off, and I had thought about it for a while because my mom used to have short hair. She had, you know, a little nail on going on when I was first born and prior to that, and I would always see pictures of her, and I just thought she looked so great. And of course I look like my mommy, and I wanted to, you know, tell people I got it from her. So I decided that I was gonna cut my hair off. Didn't tell anybody except nobody. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody. And I just went home one day and chopped it off where the color was. And actually too, when I had dyed my hair, it was a lot easier to see how fast my hair was growing because obviously, you know, the two different colors, and my hair was literally sprouting out of my hair. And also another tip for when you, after you dye your hair, do not use any heat at all, at least for like an entire year is what I would recommend. I didn't use heat in the beginning, but I did eventually straighten it maybe 6 months in, and I got terrible heat damage. But obviously my hair was just a lot weaker because it had been dyed, and the heat damage just got to it a little bit easier. But I totally regret doing that because it left some straight parts that were not cute. But back to the short hair. So yeah, I did it in the dead of night. I cut right where the line was between the virgin hair that grew out and the hair that was dyed. And then I cut a little bit more down. So it was probably about like right here maybe, I want to say. It was really short, and I was really excited at first. I was like, oh, wow, it looks great. I cut it myself. It was a little patchy in the back, not terribly, but I mean, I could have got away with it, which I did. And it was so funny because I remember going outside to show my dad because he was doing something outside at the time, and I'm just like, Dad, do you like my hair? And he's like, what did you do to it? What do you mean, what do I do to it? I just had a huge afro and now there's nothing there. But everybody, him included, thought I just had my hair back or something, which is so weird. But of course, my mom came home and she was in shock, a little disappointed, but she also really liked it too. My grandparents were upset. They were like, why, Kayla, you had such beautiful hair? You know, people at work were upset, but you know, it's hair, it grows back. And people, I wasn't upset, but everybody else being all like, oh my god, Kayla doesn't have hair, kind of got to me, and I was just like, dang, I really don't have hair. But I grew to love it, and I did several different things with it. I dyed it brown. I did a permanent for a little while. Actually, I was at a natural hair conference, and they were asking who has never done anything to their hair, and I stood up. But it's actually because I forgot about that. But I had a permanent for like a month. It literally reverted back in a month or two. I dyed it brown. I got a fade. What else did I do? My mom cut it for me one time. All these pictures should be popping up at some point. What else did I do? I shaved it all the way off right before attending college. And that's when a lot of a lot of my classmates are watching, but that's when a lot of my friends from school met me, when I had my hair completely shaved. And then she started to grow back a little bit, obviously. Cut it again, got another fade. I just did it 10 different times. So honestly, if I hadn't cut it all those times, my hair probably would have been a little afro by now. But of course, if you know anything about cutting your hair, when it gets to that awkward stage, you just want to cut it again. And I would go, if you follow the Cut Life on Instagram, I had them on Instagram, or still do, and I would see them post, you know, the cutest little pixie cuts, and it would make me want to cut my hair again. Which brings me to now. So some tips for your short hair. Obviously, everybody's hair is different. You know, I keep having to state that. Feeling like I have to state that because, you know, even a while ago, I didn't realize that even if my hair was a similar texture, it's just never going to behave exactly the same as someone else's. My mom's hair is pretty much the same as mine. Hers is a little thinner and a little softer than mine, but it behaves completely differently than mine, and our curl pattern is the same, all that. I don't really know what my curl pattern is. Like, I mean, somebody could tell me. I really don't pay attention to that. I might have to, but it is what it is. But yeah, so with the short hair, and especially with it in its natural curly state, I pretty much wet it every time I want to wear it, just because, you know, I can't put it in a ponytail, and when I go to sleep on it with the bonnet, I wake up looking like James Brown without a perm, you know, without a fresh perm. So I pretty much wet it every day, which doesn't seem to be a problem, but I counter that with oil, a conditioner, and, you know, obviously the water, the moisture. There's an acronym for that. I think it's LOC or COL or something, but basically you put the moisture, which is the water, then a cream or a conditioner of your liking, and then you top that with oil to trap all of it in. And this has worked for me in every instance. I love that combination, and it also can save you a lot of money instead of buying 10 million different products. You know, you really only need a really good gel, which I have my Eco Styler. Excuse me. A conditioner you like, and water. So you all can let me know if some of these tips helped you all and aid you in deciding to become natural, or if you were thinking about cutting your hair, and if you feel like dyeing your hair. If you guys have any more questions, or if you want some more information, I'd be happy to do another Q&A about natural hair, about how to maintain, and, you know, if anybody has self-esteem issues that are related to natural hair, because I'm sure we all have had those times. I would love for you all to leave some questions below, or in my Instagram, which is Kayla Nuha now. It used to be Kayla WTF, but I decided to change it. And my Twitter, Kayla_WTF, and my Snapchat, KALA greens, like collard green. You get it? I know, I'm so funny. But anyway, thanks guys for watching once again, and I'll see you next time.